That's why most people judge. Even a happy life cannot exist without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if not balanced by sadness. Children learn by the example of an adult, not by their words. You are what you do, not what you say you will do. What you did as a child that made hours pass like minutes is the key to your pursuits. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There's no life recipe that fits all cases. For the best to come, the good must step aside. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived life of the parents. You are not what happened to you, you are what you chose to be. Asking the right question is already half the solution to a problem. The privilege of a lifetime is becoming who you really are. Man needs difficulties, they are necessary for the health of the soul. The soul doesn't need your recklessness, it needs your wisdom. Loneliness doesn't come from not having people around, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself or to hold certain opinions that others find unacceptable. He was afraid of needing dependence, like a weakened man needs support. Life truly begins at 40, until then, you are just doing research. If you are a talented person, it doesn't mean you have something, it means you can give something. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. The smallest things with meaning are worth more in life than the biggest things without it. Shame is an emotion that devours the soul. Your vision will only be clear when you can look into your own heart. Whoever looks outward dreams, whoever looks inward awakens. Middle age is the time to let go of excessive dominant ego and contemplate the deeper meaning of human existence. Every form of addiction is bad, whether the narcotic is morphine, alcohol, or idealism. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a part of being, but by the integration of opposites. We are born at a certain moment in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and the season in which we were born. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Foreigners do not torture others, it is usually the tortured who turn into torturers. A man who has not passed through the hell of his passions never overcame them. People grow like plants, some in the light, others in the shadow. Many need shadow, not light. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not free, it oppresses. Woe to those who live by examples, there is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life if not yourself, so live your own life. Man cannot bear a life without meaning. To shy away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal that robs the second half of life of its purpose. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. One is the shadow of the other. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble, they can never be solved but only outgrown. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerously close to us, and eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of others. In each of us, there is another whom we do not know. Depression is like a woman in black, if she appears, do not expel her. Invite her to enter, offer her a seat, treat her as a guest, and listen to what she wants to say. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Knowledge is not based only on truth but also in case of error. Every human life contains potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life has been wasted. If an attractive woman is single, it's because she is smarter than all the others. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Do not hold on to someone who is leaving, otherwise you won't find the one who is arriving. Do not rush to help those who haven't asked for it, because not everyone who is drowning needs a hand. Some want to drown. Most people consider themselves very knowledgeable about psychology for a simple reason: psychology comes to them, even what they know about themselves. Any change must begin somewhere. It is the individual who will submit to it and carry it out. The change must start with an individual. It can be any one of us. No one can afford to look around and wait for someone else to do what he detests doing alone. We chose these quotes from Carl Jung, which we hope will help you understand yourself better. He was one of the first psychologists to introduce the idea of analytical psychology and popularized it worldwide. Thank you for watching this video.